But Anish, one question to you, like, how are you able to be so positive, man? It's unbelievable. Like, it was heartbreaking for all the viewers, everyone, and you recovered so quickly. Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, but I don't really. Maybe that's also not good, but I don't really see like the big deal. You know what exactly is because I have like I play usually between 5 to 10 or like 12 tournaments a year, and I do that for years. And if I score half point more in one of them or less, it doesn't change for me anything, no? In the big picture.
But like
If it
Tata
was the
Steel
only-
is something you wanted to, must
played
have
every
wanted to
year.
win, right?
I play it every year.
I know, but this time you came so close. Like last time, you tied with Magnus once, at
Yeah.
the top. But this
That
time
was
it was
also
like it in your hands. So that's why, like, it must have been a little bit heartbreaking, no?
No, but why was it in the hands? I mean, it's the same, no? It's just you have good chances, but. And I
Like-
also don't really see the, let's say, the heartbreaking it would be, let's say, if it is my last tournament, my last game, and there is yes or no, yeah? Then okay, then yeah, your heart either breaks or not. But if you like, I play now in 5 days another tournament, then another tournament. I mean, for me, let's say it would be much worse
If it's like COB, like which happens once. In
Yes,
a year,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
Such grand
Never
stage,
again.
Then it's
Yeah,
hard.
then you
Like,
should feel bad. Yeah, then
No,
you
but-
should feel
but they
really
say-
bad about yourself. Yeah.
No, they say that Tata Steel is like the Wimbledon of chess. Like there have been everyone who has won it. So it's like
I will try again next time. I
Next
will
year,
have an
yeah.
opportunity, right? Yeah. No, I mean, probably if I am going to write my memoirs, yeah, in the end, it will be really much worse. Whether I cannot say that, let's say it would be much better if I can write that I have won it, than if I cannot win. But now, as I'm inside the journey, I don't really care. Also, it's like you have to imagine. Let's say you are on a trip, yeah, on a journey. So let's say you make one stop, and then you make another, and you have like 100 stops. And if at one stop you don't really get what you wanted, you can continue, no, and move on to the next one. And I mean, I don't really see how it changes. Let's say, imagine I would win now the tournament, and then what? And then what?
So basically, which would be that event which would make you feel like, oh my god, like would the candidates be that? Because the approach you have, maybe no event can make you feel sad, right?
Well, maybe if I play World Championship match and I know that this is the last one that I can play ever, and I don't win that one, maybe I will feel that, okay, I blew it, my last match. But maybe...
So the very fact that you have more opportunities is what makes you recover very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Something to look forward to, definitely. Yeah. And you know that, so probably... And also, I don't really judge, I never judge it by if I win a tournament or not, yeah? Because I have 13 games that I play there, and I judge each individual game, my overall result, and for me, it's not like I'm happy if I win tournament and I'm happy if I don't. For me, it's a whole scale, yeah? For example, I'm happier now than if I would be if I lost the last round game where I was lost. Or... So there's a whole degree and lots of things that happened. For example, I was lucky that I won the game against Wojtaszek with 3-3 there. About that, yeah. I'm happy. I was unhappy that, let's say, I didn't win against Hari Krishna where I had a chance. I don't really, it's not for me, it's not like everything is based on if I won tournament or I didn't win tournament. There are so many things happened, and so many things made me happy within the tournament. Some things made me unhappy. So for me, it's a whole big picture, and the tournament, whether I won or not, it comes down to the one decision I took in the Armageddon game. Okay, I regret that decision, but I mean, I had 10 other decisions in the tournament that I made that I also regret. So I don't really see how that, in my scale and all what I do and how I prepare for games and for tournaments, I'm I'm not working towards winning a tournament. I'm working towards each individual game, and I judge it also like that.
Very, very interesting. I think this very fact that this approach is so rare. But just last question, guys. Sorry if there's this question which they say that if it doesn't feel bad, it doesn't matter to you. Do you agree with that, or is that wrong statement?
No, of course. No, the thing is, I think what you what means matters to you, yeah, and the motivation and the drive, it has to be it has to affect your concentration, hard work, and dedication towards something. Yeah. So what I mean is, for example, if you don't care about the tournament, you're not going to do anything for it, right? For example, you cared very much for this tournament. I'm not a GM, yeah, and so that gave you energy and motivation to work very hard for it, right? You had like extra boost of energy, right? So I think if I look back at how much I work for my tournaments, how much I prepare, I can deduct from that it's very important to me, in a sense. But you don't only deduct, like, it's not about how much you are upset after something. I mean, you can prepare nothing at all, come to tournament, play horribly, and then be upset about it for a year. That doesn't mean you took it seriously. What means that you took it seriously is that you really did your best. You know, you at some point did things that you otherwise wouldn't do. Like, for example, imagine you are lazy to do jogging, and you were motivated enough to do the jogging, right? And you did that. So that means that you take it seriously. So I mean, in that terms, if you know how much I prepare for a tournament like this, then you know that I take it very seriously as I can. And also Vishy Anand said once very important quote in general. He said that when you are preparing for a tournament, for the most, or for that, let's say, World Championship match, you have to treat it like the most important event in your life, yeah? But while you are playing that game, that most important game in your life, then is when you have to just take it easy and just do it.
That's a good
and
message.
that, yes, and that's very important, because this whole recognizing the importance of things, it's what's supposed to give you motivation in your journey, yeah, of hard work. But in that moment where you need to perform, you just need to be relaxed, because if you are over tensed and over nervous, then you make mistakes.
But
and then what you do after that, how you digest your wins or failures, I mean, okay, that's another story. And I mean, it's very unfortunate for people who cannot get over their losses, right?
Right.
You have to get over it because you have to come back. Like for me, I have so many tournaments that I have to play now, so many important ones. I have candidates also. It would be very stupid to dwell basically on a mistake I made in an Armageddon game. I mean, that's completely. Also, like, it's not even a real mistake. I mean, it's just, I see it like an unfortunate. Okay, the mistake with Firouzja was there, that's for sure. That's what I can definitely regret. And yeah, it happened gradually, but I messed up on it. But yeah.
You know, when we were talking, like we were commentating, Vidit was saying now for 2 days we will not message Anish. So I actually did not message for 1 day. I was like, let's not. Then I said, okay, let me just send a message and see how, and instantly he replied saying, I'm fine, completely fine. I think at the highest level, like where I think very few players have this mindset that you have, right? Or
no, I don't, because I think many do. I spoke to Fabiano after his, I don't remember where it was, like, I spoke to Fabiano after he missed out on candidates, I think. So he was completely fine. And I think Karakin is completely fine also. Bashir Lagraf is also digesting it very well. I don't know how long Magnus dwells on his failures. He doesn't have many failures, but when he does, like, I also don't think it's endless. I think there are very few people who actually really suffer for long. I don't think so. I think you need to be able to recover to be good, because if you are not able to recover, then of course, eventually it will haunt you. Because the worst thing to do is, the worst thing in general is when your failure one day affects your next day. For example, it was very important after I didn't win against Firouzja that I could defend the next day. Yeah. Because if I would lose that game, it would be much worse. I wouldn't even share for first, and that would be much bigger heartbreak for me. Because and I was still very glad that I could pull myself together and defend there. So you have to, I think, move on. And I think you underestimate. I think what you see very often is you see the pain, that brief pain of people in that short moment. Yeah. You see, let's say somebody suffering, or he cannot give interview afterwards. Yeah. Or he runs away from the interview, or he says something horrible. But that is like half an hour after the game. I'm sure even Magnus, he's being like this. 2 hours later, he has a walk. I'm sure maybe in the evening, he's already fine, preparing for the next day.
Right. Got it. Yeah. Maybe I judge too for a very short duration.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure that people have the wrong impression of like top sportsmen. I think that they are able to move on very fast. very fast. So.
Amazing insights. Yeah.
And AD is like, what is failure? What the hell?